Hello and welcome back to the channel. I wanted to basically do a video where I went over a few rumours that I've seen circulating around Liverpool in the past couple of days. The first one is about Joe Gomez potentially leaving the club, and then the second one is about Liverpool potentially bringing in Jarrad Branthwaite from Everton. But I want to start off the video by saying that I'm not an ITK. I've got no inside information. I don't know anyone at the club or anyone who's telling me these things. All I've done is I've basically heard the rumours, just like pretty much everyone at the moment. Obviously, with the transfer window open, there's always going to be rumours, always going to be gossip, and always going to be stories that are going to come out in and around the club. So I just want to offer my thoughts on those potential transfers. What I want to do is start off with the Branthwaite rumours. I believe that this all started because in bookies they started slashing their odds down to make Liverpool essentially odds-on favourites to sign him. But in my opinion, I don't see this rumour as being anything more than just that. I think maybe there might be something in there in terms of like bookies slashing their odds to get more people putting bets on. I'm not a big gambler. I don't place bets really, so I don't understand exactly how that all works. But I can't see this myself as being something that comes true. Would I be against the idea of Branthwaite joining? Absolutely not. I think he's a good defender. I think with his age and profile, you kind of look at him as potentially, could he become the long-term successor to Virgil van Dijk? If that was one of the avenues that they were going to go down in looking for a replacement for him, I wouldn't be unhappy with that at all. But I just don't see. There's obviously the biggest thing would be there's never really any transfers between Liverpool and Everton. I think only a handful throughout the years. You're thinking Barmby, Abel Xavier, and a few others dotted around there. But also the £75 million reported fee that he would cost. I think that's what they were asking for from Man United. You look at Liverpool's transfer history in the past, and maybe Everton with their financial position, they'd be willing to accept a more structured deal that Liverpool tends to prefer. But would we really go and spend £75 million on a new player at this point in the window? I think that if we was going to, it would have been a number one target, and you'd have seen us linked to him a long time ago. Like at the start of the window, Liverpool tend to like to identify a target and make an offer. I know Slot wanted to assess his squad, so to speak, but it doesn't take a genius to work out the age of Van Dijk, his current contract status. This should have been something that they were looking at before, and I'd expect them to try and get this deal tied up quickly, especially with all the interest from teams like Man United circling around him as well. So for me, I don't really see much in it, but if it was to come true, I'd accept it and I'd be happy with it. But then that also leads into another rumour about Joe Gomez potentially leaving the club, and I do think that this one will come true, probably in this transfer window, if not the January transfer window. There was obviously the stories about, linking him to Newcastle previously in a deal where we got Gordon, they got Gomez, and some money also exchanged as well. I think as sad as it would be to bring Gomez's time at the club to an end, considering the fact it's been I think it's 10 years now since we got him from Charlton. He has been a good player for us, but Gomez's problem is that he's never staked himself as number one at any position that he's played in, but he is a good utility player. So I was looking at squad depth the other day with the club, and I started noticing things like, if he was to play right back, he'd be third choice behind Connor, Bradley, Trent, not in that order. Trent obviously number one, Bradley's number two. Then you'd have Gomez. Left back, he'd be number three choice as well. Robertson, Tsimikas, then Gomez, and then even at centre back, you're talking fourth or fifth choice at the moment. Obviously you've got, well, probably third choice to be fair, because you've got Van Dijk, Kwanzaa, Konate. Then you'd probably look at Gomez coming in at that point. I think we're still trying to sell Sepp Vandenberg. So, for a player who in multiple positions is always down the pecking order, for the kind of money that we're talking about getting for him, around 45 million, provided that money then went back into strengthening the team, whilst it'll be sad to see him go, because he's been a good player for us over the years. He's stepped up at times where we've really needed him. Thinking to left back last season, a right-footed player playing left back and doing a really good job, to the point where there was many people saying that they preferred him there over Tsimikas. I think during the Euros as well, when we had Trippier playing at left back for England, people were saying, well, Gomez can do a job there. He done it for Liverpool. So he has come in, and in the positions that we brought him in, he's played well. There's been a few times where he hasn't looked great. I think his main issue is that he came in with a lot of expectation there was times where I was thinking it'd be Van Dijk and Gomez would be the future, but then obviously now we're seeing the likes of Kwanzaa step up and be above him in the pecking order. So I think it's a good time for him to go from the club's perspective, but also from his perspective as well. He's at that age now where he should be wanting to play first team football. He should be pushing for that in his career. And, when you look and think that every position that he's in, he's either third in that position or lower, he's probably thinking himself, like, maybe it's time to go, unless he's happy to be sort of a utility backup rotation option. So I wouldn't, as much as I do like Gomez as a player, and I do like Gomez as, whenever he comes in, he doesn't seem to complain. He just does his job. And I like that about him. But from a club's point of view, we've been able to raise, a reported £45 million. From a player's point of view, we've been able to actually go out there and get first team football. I don't think it's the end of the world. I think that, judging from the reason why I think it will come true, is judging from the fact that we didn't see him much in the preseason friendlies. He wasn't selected in the squad, so not even on the bench for the opening game against Ipswich. I know that in the video where I was predicting the lineup, I I left Gomez off. I said there was a chance that Gomez wouldn't even make the bench. Probably picking Endo over him there, and I was right. But so those are the reasons why I think that this actually it will come true. I think that if Newcastle are interested in him, it looks like from the last I heard they're having some troubles getting a deal for Mark Gahey accepted. So maybe they'll start looking at Joe Gomez as another option. And if Liverpool's reported interest in Anthony Gordon is still true, then there might be a deal that we could do to get that over the line and get that done. I would be okay with that. But it'll be interesting to see, though, because my reasoning behind Gomez, perhaps the club being willing to let him leave and him not being in Slot's plans, the opposite would need to be said about Van der Berg. Because obviously he played in the majority of pre-season friendlies. Yet apparently we're still holding out for that 20 million price tag for him. But would we let Gomez and Sepp go in the same window? Without bringing in a replacement for those? I think it's unlikely that both will go. But I can see definitely that one of those will go. And at the moment, to be honest, it does look more likely that Gomez is going to be that one. But yeah, those are me just responding to two transfer rumours that have been kind of circulating the club recently. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are. Do you think Gomez would go? And if so, would you be okay with that if we did get 45 million for him? Would you let Gomez and Sepp van der Berg go? And also, would you accept Branthwaite at the club? Do you think that that's actually going to happen? And what your thoughts are on the transfer window so far. I know obviously we haven't brought anyone in, and we have sold now a couple of players and potentially a couple more going out. So let me know your thoughts on that as well. Let me know as well if you like these style videos and me just reacting to transfer rumours and gossip, or if you do prefer more of the tactical breakdown and analysis that I've been doing in my other videos. So drop a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Drop a message in the comments. I do read all of them and I will respond to them. If not directly to the comment, I will respond to them in the actual videos as well if I think they're good talking points to have on those videos. Subscribe to the channel as well to let me know that I'm doing the right thing, basically, and to be notified when I next upload and everything else. So again, thank you for watching. I'll speak to you all soon. Take care.